Wait, are we good? Can we
We
hear each
are.
other?
It muted me going into the countdown. How we doing?
Yes, countdown took a second. Took a second to come off there, but glad to have you on, buddy. Welcome to the show.
I'm pumped, man. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to it for a few days. I always do a lot of research for fight weekends and for cards and all that kind of stuff. But I'm pumped to be talking about Strike.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Glad to have you here. For those of you guys that don't know this man is one of our biggest collectors. He he's got a sick collection. I know he's been to a few fights himself. And I think that having his perspective here today will be pretty good for us. I do hear a little feedback. I think there's a little echo.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know. Are you using speakers?
I am, yeah. Just the computer speakers. I can throw on my AirPods.
No worries. No worries.
Let me try to get that going. Here, I'll mute for a second. You can chat, and you can get the show kicked off. I'll try to get my AirPods going.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries. So let me start the show here with a couple things. A delay on my side. Let's see. No echo on this side of things. I hear an echo, man. I hear an echo. Echo's driving me nuts. I'm gonna jump out and jump right back in. Hold on 1 second.
Guess it's just me for a minute, huh? Do you see some people are excited to be in here? Trey, exceedingly excited.
All right, I'm back.
How is it now?
Sounds a lot better, I think. How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
You sound fine. It seemed like there was maybe when I was talking to you, it just took a little bit for it to get to you earlier. I didn't know if you just wanted me to keep
Yeah.
going.
It was some kind of weird lag or something, but I think we got the technical difficulties out the way for sure.
All right, now we can get pumped up. Let's go.
Now we can get pumped. Now we can get the people fired up. And now, bro, I got a sick giveaway for the folks this week. We'll get that started before we start getting into the nice set of stuff we got to talk about today, because there's a lot that came out this week.
Full rundown.
This week's givey. Type Vegas 74 in the chat. 5 contenders from me, and you get to complete a challenge this week if you want to. 5 random contenders from your boy. Type in Vegas 74 in the. Hold on, don't type it yet. Hold on. Let me get it going. Let me get it going first. Y'all. Vegas 74 is live. Go ahead and type Vegas 74 in the chat. Vegas 74 is live, folks. All right. So, yeah, let's get into it here. We'll get into our first piece of business, and we are going to talk about this massive announcement that came yesterday from Rob himself. He did touch on that last week, that we'd probably be getting some information about set rewards. True to his word, that information did end up coming yesterday to us, yesterday afternoon, for those of you who might have missed the announcement. But essentially, I want to preface this by saying that Series 1 is still not closed yet. And Well, a lot of people were like, oh, why are they only rewarding Series 0? Oh, why about the challengers? What about this? What about that? And he kind of went into some detail in Discord about it. But as of June 15th, we only have, the one set that's closed, which is Series 0. So as of June 15th, they'll take a snapshot at 11 Pacific for Series 0 contender holders and Series 0 champ holders. The Series 0 contender holders will receive a fandom airdrop of Bryce Mitchell's Twister submission. And then the Series 0 champ holders will receive a UFC 285 Elite Pack. That's the one with John Jones in it. And they'll also receive a Standouts Pack for a chance at also a Conor McGregor. So I am a contender holder, not a champion holder. It's good to see something. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see something. Something's always better than nothing, in my opinion. So it's a good start on the Series 0 stuff. And we'll just kind of have to sit back and wait and see how they plan on rewarding the Series 1, all the different sets and moments there. But as a Series 0 champion holder, Low-Key, how do you feel?
I honestly, well, first and foremost, I saw somebody in the chat earlier say, "Go get him, Diddy," and I think it's time to address that. I've always wanted to call you Diddy, and then I found out that it's Diddley, and so apparently yes. I don't know Diddley, and I know that now, and I apologize.
Hey man, Diddy's fine, bro. There's a few people
it might roll off,
and you could definitely be one of them. It's all good by me, brother.
I promise I've called you Diddy in my head and reading the chat many times, but yeah, man, I think that it's a good step. I think that this is the first step. I think the acknowledgement that sets are important is probably the most important thing that's coming out of this. We've had some, I'm old, so Discord is new to me, but the having multiple Discord chats available for different purposes and all these different arenas has been good to see kind of the public view on it. We have a chat that I know at least there's at least 8 or 10 set holders, champ set holders in there, and I think it's about communication. Communication is the most important part, right? It's like we're talking about marriage, but it's like it's the same thing we're talking about with the Dapper and Strike. And I think we've gotten some good communication to feel good about that. This is an acknowledgement that sets are valuable and are going to be something that Strike and Dapper are focused on and looking at. But we also got to understand that this announcement, if you look at the detail and the amount of data that's in that announcement, it's clear to see that that's probably been being worked on for a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So I think that there was a little bit of a misconception that there was an announcement last week. Hey, we might talk about sets, and then, then every single, person who has a half a set or all the sets is messaging Rob and in the chats, and here's what we should do, and here's all these ideas. And so I think it's important for people to understand that this is not a result of the conversations or your requests and chats of the last week. This is the result of, the team realizing that that sets is something that needs to be, looked at. And I think it's vital for the marketplace. These last few challenges have been great to drive marketplace activity and some individual contenders. And it's always great to see, people who are stacking contenders and taking a chance on something to get paid off and either get, increased availability of the moment reward or can turn some ROI. That's great to see, but it's all the set thing is really the most important thing about the sets is that we're going to see that it should hold the champ values. I think that's the most important part. Yeah.
And honestly, I've been somebody who's been preaching for underlying engagement on the platform for forever. We just pretty much have challenges week on and week out, and there's really nothing else for us to do, right? And this is a good step in that right direction, giving sets some kind of, utility, give somebody a reason to hold them a little bit more than to just dump them right off the rip. And depending on what the rewards are coming up, once Series 1 essentially closes up for us, it'll be very interesting to see. And I'm sure they're going to, take feedback as they do distribute these different rewards. So like, I'm sure they've gotten a ton of feedback on what the Series 0 reward is going to be. And we've seen them continue. And that's one thing we could say about the new team. We've seen them continue to make minor tweaks and adjustments, here and there, as things have been going on. And
I've been advocating, to me, the advocation for having the multi-benefited champs. The set. There's some people that think that a set should pay a quarterly dividend, and some people say that a set should be, once it's completed, it should get you, whatever, some massive reward. And there's a happy medium in that. And I think that's been communicated effectively to the team, is that, there's a way to do it where you don't have to give away the farm. You don't have to create some gated thing that now everybody else gets grumpy about because it's unattainable. There's ways to incorporate it all together. And I think that I see very positive signs that that's the way that things are moving.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's been kind of like a breath of fresh air. We had a little bit of a stagnant period, just with seemed like the challenges were getting a little kind of on the repetitive side, or kind of just like a little lackluster.
Yeah.
But this challenge this week, they definitely switched it up big time.
Some of that was just placeholders. We got to run. Hey, while we're coming up with new ideas, and while we're churning through the stockpile of ideas, sometimes you can't just let a week go by without a challenge. So just throw out a dumb one or an easy one, or what I'm saying. That's fine. Sometimes that works. There's no problem with that. You can't have 52 amazing challenges in a year.
Yeah, I hear you on that for sure. For sure. Anything else that we didn't touch on here? So yeah.
I just think it's important that I think people need to know that I think that sets are important. I think sets are going to be something that's going to be, talked about. It's going to be something that's going to be valued internally by the holders and or by the holders, and also internally by the team at Strike. I think it's going to be. I think they got the right perspective, and that there's a lot. They're trying to touch in all the different areas. We're trying to market to new users to get the base up. We're trying to increase the value of the champ club so that increase. I know we're going to get into some of these other things. I know that there's going to be some gating and some value for those of us who that aren't just the holding the one champ just to get all the other access. And that's obviously. There's no problem with doing that. That's a great plan. You have one champ.
Yeah, for sure.
So
as long as you give
best thing you could have in Strike.
Yeah, as long as you give these moments utility,
Exactly.
As long as because there's people obviously like right now, people just like, okay, there's a fight coming up near me. Let me buy a champ moment, try and get some free tickets, and then once I go to the fight, I'll try and sell it or something like that. Or you just got people that just go for the bare bottom champ moment, get whatever benefits they want because they don't really see the value in holding one attached to a set or things of that sort. So it'll be interesting to see how these rewards start panning out and playing out.
But, I think it's overall too. Although I would expect some series, some big sets rewards. I don't know that I would put a whole lot of I don't know how to put this the right way, that I wouldn't put a lot of dividend ROI on the subsets. I think Rob made it pretty clear to me, at least in our communications, that those were intended to be marketing, and I think it mentions it in the communication that the icon or some of these things that, those are marketing and branding and it's a way to group fights or fighters or eras together. And that has its place, but it's not necessarily something, okay, I'm going to collect this. And that could be a gating issue down the line. Hey, if you want to get into the premium next icon drop, you got to hold the whole icon set.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be possible.
Yeah, they could do gating. They could do a lot of different things, or like Top Shot does. Like if you have the set, when the new moments out of that set come out, if you're holding the entire set, you're going to get some packs airdropped regardless. And 9 times out of 10, you'll pull whatever new challengers or whatever you need in that set out of there. So,
yep. Exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how it all comes together. But overall, I think it's a good step in the right direction for sure. And hopefully, as things progress, they'll continue to tweak things and make things better for us. So
I'm confident that we're on the right path and that the team's listening to us, to be frank.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Next topic we got is this very fun challenge that's going on right now is the Leaderboard Burn Challenge. For those of you who don't know, right now they have burn any 5 contender tier moments, could be Series 0 or Series 1. You will see a reward pack that contains 3 moments. Those 3 moments could be either 3 new Series 1 contenders, or you have a chance at a Connor champ, as well as 30 other challenger moments that are in those packs. So it's a pretty interesting challenge in itself. And then they added, which I love, I've always been asking for an extra layer of utility or extra layer of rewards or a hard mode or something like that. They added this leaderboard bonus. So the first person on this leaderboard is going to get a Johnny Bones Jones champion moment. Second through 5th place gets the UFC 285 Elite Pack, which has John Jones in it. 6th through 10th place gets the 274 Fighter Elite Pack. Has a couple different champions in there, a few of them all Series 1 as well. And then 11th through 25th place get a Round 1 Premium Pack, and 26th through 50th place get a Round 1 Standard Pack. So these are some of these are some beefier packs. The Premium and Elite packs, they're definitely beefier packs for sure. Right now, the leaderboard is looking pretty cool.
It seems about weighted right. You know what I mean? The rewards and the amount of places paid, quote unquote, for the burn spots seem to be fairly in line with what the demand on the burn is so far. You know what I mean? There's definitely
about how much the pack cost or whatnot. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
especially considering because if you look at the challenge, worst case scenario, you're going to get 60% of your contenders back in those random packs that you burned, right? So sure, the system says I burned 140, but I'm getting 60% back.
Well, and I think
if I never need them.
Strategically, I think there's some ways to take advantage of that and actually make it feel like you're getting almost like a 1-to-1. The way I look at it is, I'm kind of old school in the way I take notes and do some of my challenges, but I put it literally on a calendar, like a desk calendar. I wrote out all of the Series 1 contender, the amounts that specifically, though, I wanted to target the ones that were above the 10K mint count, right? Because I feel like the higher the mint count, the less rare, obviously. It's pretty easy. Sure. My first target was to say, okay, which and I'm a little bit of a digit dude too. So I just went through all of my Series 1. I said, okay, I'm going 10K and above and no 3 digits. And I had 98 of them. And that's not counting some of the stacks that I didn't really want to touch, like the Sarukian, the Jack Della,
some of the younger guys.
Jamal Hill, I burned a few of them to get to 100. But I feel like if you're going to get 60% of those moments back, and a lot of them are not, some of them are those lower mint moments, Some of them are the 5,000, 7,500. So I feel like it can be a wash, especially when you got a chance.
For sure.
And you're getting all and then you get the reward for the the leaderboard at the end too.
100%. Yeah. Overall, is it the perfect challenge? Maybe not, but it's definitely a nice breath of fresh air for me. Having these additional rewards, having a leaderboard where you could see, like, bro, we don't need the snapshot on Monday. We don't need any of that stuff. We could literally sit here and watch it play out. And then, act if you need to, if you're losing a spot on the leaderboard or whatever.
No doubt. I think this is what's needed because it creates that engagement where you're up to speed, right? Where you're live. And oh, dang, there's a lot of people that are, I guess they just tried to figure out how to burn one, and we'll see. But yeah, there are a lot of people that have burned something, and it looks like a lot of people are at least getting, trying to get a pack.
A lot of people got at least one pack. It's looking like for those bonus packs, it's looking like you need to burn. So around 50th place. So about 40 burns gets you in line for one of those, just the round one pack.
I'd be interested in the chat of what people think what that's gonna do. I would say it's somewhere around double, since we're Saturday midday and this is a pretty long challenge.
The best challenge ever made. What do you guys think about how high can we go here?
I know
Jesse's ready to go. Jesse 222 is ready to go with his stack of 1,500 contenders. He's like, I'm ready to burn them if somebody's trying to catch me at 800.
Well, really quick, I think that's something to note. I think that's important to note. Is I think this is an opportunity if you feel like you've stacked the wrong guy. I thought Saeed Nurmagomedov was going to be a champion one day, and so I had quite a few, and I got a lot of them at $2. $1 and $2 when the markets were super low, and I was like, this is the time. This is how you can escape from one of your bad choices if you ended up stacking somebody who's might not look so the future might not look as bright as you thought.
Wanted to go for a series 1 base pack, but it could be 80 plus burns. That would be too much for me. Yeah, man. Depending on where these numbers end up, burns definitely slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Alex. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Alex. The hostess with the mostest at any champ lounge right there.
There we go. Smiling Alex.
That's right. But yeah, honestly,
I think the interesting part about this one is going to be down there at that kind of threshold.
At those thresholds, Yeah. So you got the 25, you got the 50, you got the 5, you got the 10.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of.
So yeah, there's definitely some competition here
for that top spot, but those top 5, I mean, right now, if you look at 2 through 10, there's quite a few people in that 2 through 10 that have a chance.
And then 2 through 5 gets rewarded that John Jones pack. So those are these 4 guys right here for now. 5. And then 6 through 10 get
icons.
Yeah, I don't know what they get. Let me go back here.
Yeah, I'm targeting that 10 to 25, to be honest. I think that's, I don't want to put any more dollars.
274 elite. Yeah, so 6 through 10 get the 274 elite. 2nd through 5th get that 285. And then 11th through 25th. So that'll be another that 25th spot here. Yeah, look at it. There's a competition. Everybody's at 80.
That's where I'm going to keep my eye on.
Couple guys at 70.
Yeah, I'm at 100 right now. I'm going to keep an eye on all these guys and see if I need.
You could see some of these guys might make a move, but I'm ready if you do, buddy. I'm ready.
Yeah, you got me by 40, so
I'm ready to go.
You're a little bit
I just want to stay in this tier. 11 to 25.
I think it's a really good challenge, though, man. I think that some people that were, I think the challenge is the team has a hard thing to accomplish with challenges. You have to try to keep people who have the higher end moments activated and engaged in the challenge, so you don't get people with ghost accounts, and we don't want dead moments, right? We want moments that are people that are active with them. Yeah. The same thing on the lower end. If you got people that are either just new to it, and so they're playing around with the contender world, and they're just got a few $100 in there. It's cool to see something like this be able to pay off, where you could turn $10 into a Connor moment.
Maybe, yeah, for sure. You got a chance. And I like this point here. I enjoy how the challenge doesn't feel forced, since there isn't a new moment that we need to complete to get.
I think it's a phenomenal point. Everybody's got the FOMO. The FOMO is real on the new moments.
Absolutely. So overall, I think it was a good change of pace for us. I liked it a lot. And I'll be watching my position closely.
I'd be interested to see since Alex is on here, I'd be interested to see the stats on what was burned, series 1 versus if anybody's burn
Oh yeah,
series.
there's a couple community members like Crip70. He posts in a few Discords here and there. He's in my Discord as well. He made a little burn tracker, so you could put like the time of the challenge start date, and then just hit track. It'll tell you all the burns that happened, and it'll categorize them by moment, so you could see who was the top burn moment, and so on and so forth. It does take a little while to go through all the data, maybe like 10 minutes to, populate everything. But I did it yesterday. It was pretty cool.
That'd be awesome. That'd be good data to see how people are.
Yeah, but you'll definitely see a lot of. I'll be honest with you. Aljamain Sterling's one of the most burned contenders out of here.
That is amazing to me.
And he came out in the pack, so
yeah, it's fair.
But yeah, I know he was one of the top burned folks when I ran it like yesterday mid-afternoon when Crip posted it. But yeah,
I'll be holding.
I guess I could show them the new tool. I could definitely pull it up here. Let me show you. Give me 1 second. There he is. All right.
I got some people texting me that are non-strike folks that might be joining the pod, so they might be a little confused here in a little bit. So
no worries. So yeah, here's the tool that Crip made, right? So all you have to do is put, the time and date that the challenge started, which was Thursday. It was 1 o'clock my time.
Oh,
okay.
JP Texas says people were burning Barbosas.
I hit submit, and you can see it'll just start. We'll let it run, and we'll check it out
I got a public service announcement. Don't burn Kennedys or Barbosas. If you have those, I will trade you 2x moments. I'll just take them off your hand. Like, don't burn them. Doesn't make any sense, please.
People. Yeah, I don't know. People burned $14, $12, $13 Kennedys and Barbosas. So,
well, during the Kennedy challenges makes sense. Today, won't make any sense today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna let this run. It takes a minute.
Let's run back and check on
10%. Awesome. We'll check it out. We'll check it out after we get through the next thing.
Speaking of Kennedy, right?
Yeah, speaking of Kennedy. So we had to burn for Mr. Kennedy last week. Had to burn 4 Series 0 and 4 light heavyweight contenders from any series. Kennedy was like at what, $15, 14, 15-ish, something like that.
I think it varied. I think towards the end it might have got down to 13 when people were like, "I'm not buying anymore," and the panic sellers were like, "Shoot, I missed my chance." I think it got down to about 12 or 13. I think at one point it was at 16, 17 as well in the peak by Saturday night or Sunday night kind of deal.
And here we go. Man is below cost at 40. Minted out at 426. So we had a theory last week when I was on the show with OK, and we talked about how they did the 2 focus burns back to back the last time, which was Chimaev and then Paddy. So Chimaev went first. Everybody was like, I don't know if I should do it or not. And then boom, Chimaev was the bottleneck. Then they did Paddy a couple weeks later. Then it was like, shit, I'm not going to miss the boat on this one. I'm going to make sure I complete it. And it kind of panned out that way, it seemed like it, because it seemed like we were at a lot more burns, like after the first day versus the Barbosa situation. And he ended up minting out a little bit higher. Granted, he's a great prospect, young dude.
I think he's got a really high ceiling in this division.
Coming up in the division just because his size, man. His size is a problem for anybody. And
give it a little time. And these, like the people who are panic sellers are the ones. I think a lot
of people went for dupes too here because they were like, oh man, people who got Barbosa dupes, they're making money. So I'm going to try and get a dupe. So I think you have a lot more people that got dupes as well. And then with everything else that's going on, with pack drop coming, with you know.
Well, I was part of the problem. I forgot to burn my other contenders with Barboza, so I just literally wasted some Barbozas, and then so I had to buy them secondary, and then on this one I did 5. So I mean, you know, I had 2 or 3 worth of Barbozas burned. That was my biggest bonehead thing I've done yet.
No worries. No. Yeah, I mean, we all made some bonehead plays along.
No doubt. It's hard to keep up. You know, a tracker. I think. I hope they get that feedback at some point too. That if we can track it and keep up with where we're going or what we're missing throughout a challenge, you know.
Yeah.
Most of us are grown
Get
up.
a challenge tracker, man. I think you know that burn leaderboard thing is kind of like a step in that direction. You have 100%. To connect your wallet, see what's going on. So
yeah, I think the team decided to have that tip.
There's some stuff definitely working on the back end for sure, and it's glad that we're actually finally starting to see some stuff, which is great. What is this guy talking about?
Long term, I think this is a good moment. I mean, I think this is one that is going. I think in 6 months or a year, or long term, this thing's going to have a $60, $70, $80 floor. I think on the way up, and this mint count is low enough. I think it's a very thin floor right now, and I think if there was a little bit more dapper freed up, that those floors will be eaten up pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. As soon as he gets a fight announced too, you'll probably see him jump up like $15-$20 as well. So
I hope to have a chunk of a bottleneck. I mean, that's what you want. You know what I mean? If you're not, again, there's so many strategic ways that you can look at Strike, but you know, if you're champ club and you just want to go to fights, great. You want to try to get contender bottleneck, or you know, to flip and for burns, that's a way for good ROI. You can get 300%, 400%, 500% ROI on that. But I like stacking people that I think are going to be good and potentially bottleneck down the road.
Yeah, somebody that has it's a problem in their division. So like when we were stacking, who were we talking about? Oh yeah, like how I wish we'd burn for like Jack Della or some of those other guys. That's when I was complaining, but well, there's a few they missed the boat on, but there's still a couple that we have, especially Series 1 contenders that I think
that's the point. I think that's the point, and that's where I'm. Okay, that brings up a good point on the burn challenge. That's my one thing that I'm a little worried about, is that we're burning all these, Series 1 contenders, because I'm not personally. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but I'm not burning any Series 0 in this challenge. I think Series 0 has their own independent value because of the long-term goal to try to diminish the population of them. So I'm wondering when Series 2 comes, if we get some of those Series 1 focus burns the way the Series 0 went. Now we're going to have a much different supply issue because they were minted lower to begin with, and then started going lower from there. We started at 12 and then 10. You got some 7,500s and 5Ks and whatnot. I wonder if there's going to be any focus burns on Series 1 when it's Series 2, because I'm going to at least hedge a little bit, man. I'm going to hold out on some of these fighters that I'm high on, Jack Della, Arman Tsarukyan. I'm not. Y'all can burn, all the Shavkats you want. I'll take all the Shavkats. I'm not burning one Shavkat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. This thing finished up. We're at 3,057 total moments burned since the challenge started. Or no, it's not done. 72%.
Would be interesting.
72%. It's still going. Yeah. So I'll let it keep going. Next thing we got to talk about, TUF 31. It's nice to see TUF on ESPN, right?
It was the worst possible TUF to ever put on cable network. Like, to have it be the big broadcast premiere of TUF on ESPN and to be a 30-second questionable, terrible fight. It was.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the TUF. I didn't get into UFC when TUF was good. I've only been into UFC for the last 4 years.
Okay.
So I don't really have a whole lot of.
So you got into it.
I watched the one season with Brian Battle and Trayshawn Gore and those guys, and that was okay. But man, I got enough reality enough reality television. I've been married for 20 years. I get enough reality television. All fights, almost fights.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't mind it at all. I've been watching TUF for a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's always been hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, as somebody who's been watching it forever, like I used to watch it back in the day, like on Spike TV. And then once it moved to like Fight Pass or this or that, it started getting a little bit more difficult to watch. But this is probably the first time it's been like nationally televised on ESPN, probably since the UFC and ESPN got together, to be honest.
I think it is. I think they did a little bit on Fox or whatever back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, it was definitely on Fox, Spike. But
it's on Spike. It feels like TUF should be on Spike.
Yeah.
Still.
But there he is. Jesse the Burner. 800 burns, baby.
Congrats, Jesse.
Man. The Burn Man is here. And he'll be we want to have him on the show to rip all 900 million of his packs when he gets some. But yeah, that's
I'd be
actually
curious to know if there's if out of those 800, if most of them were one stacked moment or not.
I'm not sure how his portfolio was distributed, but I know this man's been stacking. He's been buying like $1, $2 contenders forever, bro, forever, and he was just waiting for this day. Waiting for this day, bro.
If you got him at $1
to him, man. I'm all for that, dude. All for that.
Well, think about it. If you average cost them at $2, you're getting a really good deal on a John Jones champ for $1,600 what 200 packs? So
yeah.
175 packs. So I think
it's pretty wild.
I think it makes sense. Yeah, I think he's pretty safe probably too.
Yeah. So here was our quick fight. Ended real fast. That's a wrap.
That looked a little quick. I thought that was an early stoppage. It looked like he kind of stumbled to me, but
I always look for.
Surprisingly, I didn't have money on either guy, mostly because I didn't get to the phone in time. But yeah, I think I'd have had the guy that won, but I just didn't think that he won. I don't feel bad for that other dude.
One for the vets, huh? Roosevelt Roberts trying to get back into the UFC. Knocks out this guy, Nate Jennerman. But man, Nate was crying, bro, the first day in the house, man. Well, I was like, this guy's toast, G. This guy's toast. Get him out of here.
He had to sit there for another 2 months and not tell anybody that he was the first one that got his ass whooped on TV. And he knew it was going to be on TV and be in like 10 seconds, dude. I feel bad for that dude. That's a bad beat.
All of his contendees were purchased at $1 to $2.
That's the way to do it, man. That's a heck of an ROI.
Yeah, buddy. That's the way to do it. First episode could have been better, but hopefully TUF's got some more stuff coming for us. But we did get a little accidental information slip from our friends at Dapper last week in regards to a TUF pack drop, which wasn't supposed to be, I guess, announced yet. So there was some kind of miscommunication, information sharing there with Dapper. And they put this bad boy out in their newsletter that came to everybody's email, their monthly newsletter. And it did say we are getting an Ultimate Fighter pack that is going to be dropping June 8th, featuring a base and elite pack with some of our favorite fighters, from Connor to Frankie Edgar and Robert Whitaker. So we knew the pack was coming, right? Seems like this pack, this is all the information we got on it. Nobody's have given us any more additional information. I know a few people were asking Rob and the team about this pack particularly, and I believe we were going to be getting more information on it this weekend, which was what was told to us. But based on the 2 sentences we have here, sounds like we're getting a Robert Whittaker challenger because he already has a contender and a champion on the platform. Frankie Edgar, maybe a contender or maybe a challenger. And Connor, we assume that probably going to be the rest of those packs.
I would imagine.
Well, the Connors that were left in those packs, those 47 or whatever that were held back. So Alex says we'll have some more info soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it would be any contenders, any new contenders. Wouldn't you think? I would think if they're going to introduce anything new at this stage of season 1, or series 1, that it would be just the challengers, and then they're going to get that Connor, get the rest of those unbought Connor pack champs in there.
See, they'll probably do challengers, but I would hope they throw some contenders in there, bro, just because, man, our contenders aren't. Let me get you the count here, buddy. Total contenders on the platform, 96. Total challengers on the platform, 73.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn.
Yeah, man. This is another thing that I've been griping about here. We have our challengers are almost caught up, and if you throw the fandoms in there with them,
it's more.
We're over.
We're 33?
Yeah, the fandoms are 38. 38 fandoms and 73 challengers combined. You're at 111 versus the 96 contenders. So,
it's a supply issue, though, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
I think they're addressing that with the burn challenge, and they've been slowing down the contender releases. So, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed. I hope, actually, now that you say that, I hope that there is a couple, maybe 2 of them at 5K or something like that.
4 of them just to round it out at 100 for the season or something, maybe. But I would like to see just because I just feel like challengers are supposed to be rare, and they're pretty much right there with the contenders now in regards to how many are out there, and they just don't seem as rare, or at least to me.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I know some other people share the same sentiment, but
I think I would look at it. I think I would, although that's surprising that the number of moments is close. I don't necessarily. I think that some of them deserve to be challenger moments, and they're limited quantities, and some of them. And I think hopefully we consider some challenger and fandom burns to get some of those 1500 season 0 or some of the early those early challengers burned down a little bit. But the other thing is too, I don't think that there would be an elite pack if there weren't at least a few challengers that were pretty low mix.
100%.
You can't just throw Connor's unbought pack moments in an elite thing and call it elite. I think there's gonna be some stuff in there that's hopefully pretty good, and I'd like to see, hopefully, if there's 2 tiers of it, I hope that they gate it because, in the past, it's been
they have to. Yeah, I mean, you know how salty I've been missing out on, that's why I'm trying so hard for this burn challenge, bro, because I'm the person who's always right on the cusp, and then boom, I don't get a pack because I miss it because we got 50 top drop, 100 top shot people gonna flip our shit to me,
My Q luck is pretty bad. Yeah, my Q luck is pretty bad. And then in the Connor one, I was 9th or something. I was like, don't need it.
I always get a random, the cheap packs. I always get one of those. But when it comes to the elites, never, bro, never. So
that's why I'm looking forward to getting that 285 pack. I think from hopefully top 25.
I hear you.
I think that's one I think I missed out on in the drop.
Yeah, and then here maybe some more. Yeah, they could do a couple low min challengers.
I think they would have to. I think they might. Who knows
based on
it is, but you could
even based on. So we've had 2-pack drops since Rob's been in charge. So I think based on the data that they've gotten from these 2 drops, hopefully they could structure it properly, price it properly, and But I have faith that this should be priced accordingly, and hopefully they gate it in the right way so that
I have a feeling it'll be gated properly. I think that the bigger issue is more the razor's edge of considering what's proper pricing and demand and supply, because we have a pretty dedicated small group of strike collectors And then it's that next tier that we're trying to get is where the platform really takes off. And
Yeah.
Shameless plug, if anybody's seeing this, man, recruit some of your friends. This is I know there's a lot of people that get grumpy in the chats, but guess what? If you want to go through life thinking that everybody's not going to be grumpy all the time, you're just going to, sorry, you got something else coming to you.
Yes, sir.
I think this is a good. What other thing could you have fun with in a collection standpoint that's holds some legitimate value, but also gives you the utility that the Strike has? I mean, to me, it's uncomparable.
Yeah, the Champ Club, the champ. As a UFC fan, like if you get to take advantage of one of these in real life experiences, bro, it's priceless, man. It's absolutely priceless. And that's what I think. There's some people that are either far, can't get to fights or whatnot, but some of the utility is literally like you can't compare it to anything else. It just blows everything else out the water.
No doubt. Tiered utility would be cool too for, if you get to some adding some Champ Club benefits for having a 5 or having 10 or something like that. I could see that happening because I think the pitfall that could happen is if you take your eyes off and you say, okay, we've got Champ Club and it's got all these benefits and all you need is one. Okay, well, if you take your eye off of that and just think that's made, we're in a good spot. The problem is that then people only want one, and I know that that some of the other, say top 10, 15, 20 folks that I communicate with on a regular basis, we want it all. I want all the stuff.
Yeah.
I want it because it's one, I enjoy it. I want it, but it's also there's a prideful thing about it. If you go click that uncollected button and nothing shows up, that was my coolest day on Strike. You know what I mean? That was
for sure.
I think I took my wife on a vacation after that. I was like, you know what? And
that's it.
She knows that. She's gonna find that out when she watches this pod.
Oh, you don't got anything else to buy in the marketplace, so that's where the money's got to go, right?
Yeah. But and I think they're going to work better. Speaking about, Alex is talking about London. I think they're going to do. I mean, COVID seems to be quote unquote over, and we're going to go. The UFC is going to different places. As they go to different places, we're going to have more outreach and Strike, and we're going to have more people showing up, and hopefully getting some of this IRL stuff. But I think the team's probably going to start adding other benefits other than that, because again, if you live in Vegas, it'd be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, dude, you could be going to a fight every weekend, almost every other weekend.
But when was the last time? But when was the last time UFC was in Chicago? I know you guys had a Bellator card a little bit ago.
2018, the summer of 2019, July, right before COVID.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, we got Bellator coming up this couple weeks actually. And then I actually went to another Bellator card in last November. So yeah, I've been going to Bellator here, and then I have to fly out to get to the UFC fights because we talked about my shitty mayor last time I was on the show, but But yeah,
listen,
we got some issues.
I'm in Texas. You probably don't want me to chime in, but I think that's a lot to do with it is the political side of the
and it's expensive, dude. Chicago's not cheap, bro. I'm sure if the UFC throws an event in Jacksonville or in Texas,
if they go to New York,
probably like half the cost.
MSG, I don't think they're worried about that. I think it's about how easy it is to deal with the commissions, because look at Texas.
Yeah.
Look at Houston, Dallas. Houston's had 3, Dallas has had 2, and then you got Austin and San Antonio fight nights all in the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. The UFC loves the Texas Fighting Commission for whatever reason. That's clear. Yep. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But that's good for me.
I didn't mind Texas at all. Dallas was awesome, bro. It was my first time there when I went to 277. That was an amazing time, bro. It was a great time.
Well, look at this. We're segueing again, man. Are we like the most expert seguers of all time? Now you're talking about Kai France is getting liver kicked, and now we get to talk about this upcoming fight card.
How about it? Here they are. Kai France is back. The last time we seen him was at 277.
Yeah. On the ground. And he probably had some blood in his, urine for a few days, man. It did not look like it to Did not look like
Not at all, dude. Not at all. But he's got a good fight here against Mr. Albazi.
Well, side
Take a
note,
look at these burns real quick.
He felt better later that night than Juliana did. She got her ass.
What? Oh yeah, dude. Here's your total burns, buddy. We're at 89%. It's still counting up. So far, 54-40 with Bryce Mitchell in the lead, Jamal Hill, Molly McCann, and Amanda Ribas. These are your top burn moments so far. That's not awesome. Too bad. It's still counting up some stuff, but that looks like that's the majority of it.
See if you can get when the challenge is ended, or maybe like if it's okay, I don't know, licensing and all that kind of garbage, but see if you can post that on, to your socials or whatever. I think that'd be really interesting to see the top 15 or 20, whatever fits in a screenshot, see the top 15 or 20 moments burned to see.
Yeah, however,
where everybody's looking
who was the most moment burned out of this challenge? Yeah, for sure. It's good information, absolutely. But yeah, back to the card. Oh, real quick, sorry guys. Don't forget Vegas 74 in the chat. We're going to run this at the end of the show. Winner's going to get 5 random contenders from me. So
that's a pack.
That's a pack, baby. That's a chance at Connor, baby.
A chance at a Connor.
All right. We're going to go just through this quick main card here. They moved some fights around. A couple fights got canceled. A couple fighters pulled out and opponent switches, all that good stuff on a fight week as always. Main card starts off with Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov versus Elizeu dos Santos.
Yeah, who do you like there?
I'm worried about Abubu, to be honest with you, man.
Worried about him as he's the boogeyman, or you're worried about him not showing up?
Not showing up.
Okay, I'm on Dos Santos here. I think you get a little bit of plus money. I think that the public's probably steaming the Nurmagomedov name, to be frank. Yep. If you see Nurmagomedov, it's probably worth at least 30 or 40 points on the betting line, in my estimation. So if you kind of take that out of the equation, looks like the sharps might be a little bit on Dos Santos, and I think I'd rather take the plus money on somebody. And that, what? Anybody who has a name that ends with a "ov" could always make you look stupid betting against them, but Dos Santos will be on my card. Yeah,
the thing that I'm worried about with this guy, specifically Abu Bakr, is his cardio hasn't looked too hot, bro.
Yeah.
His last couple fights, he gets gassed quick. And as the competition gets stiffer and stiffer as he climbs up, he's going to have a harder time. If his gas tank holds up or he's got his gas tank fixed, I think he could probably wrestle, get it done, but Mr. Dos Santos ain't no slouch.
I can't see you're up on ESPN.
I don't think I have his age here.
So he's 33 and Dos Santos is 36. The reach is pretty same. Dos Santos has more volume, and it's like, here's the deal. I think if it stays on the feet or if Nurmagomedov gets tired or can't take him down, then Dos Santos is going to make him look silly. But if you put him in a parlay, to me, yeah, Dos Santos is a good parlay piece. And then if you want, you can hedge a little bit with like a first round, submission. I think on that's ground, like a first round sub or ground and pound. I think is probably the only way that Nurmagomedov, the way that I'm looking at it, wins.
All righty.
Give out on my picks.
So next, I got Karine Silva here. Think she gets it done by subby.
Yeah, I think she's been, I've doubted. I've had some. It's hard to find for me. I seem to always get the female fights wrong.
They're tough, bro. They're real tough, honestly.
It seems like they're always. If one of the girls wakes up and has a bad day, and it's a wrap, dude. It's a wrap. It's just on paper. If she looks like she's gonna kill somebody, and then they'll wake up and have a bad day, and it's just like, damn. Or all of a sudden, Jessica Andrade is not a killer anymore. It's just like she's just, all of a sudden she's just, Susan from the PTA, and I don't get it. Again, I don't understand how someone just goes from a killer to minivan life. But I think Silva's a killer, and I think she's been subbing people left and right. You know what I mean? Last 5 fights are all subs. So I think,
Yes,
I think
sir.
that's, to me, I like that. I'm with
Let's
you.
see what are the odds here on the sub.
She's about 2-1 favorite right now.
Plus 165 on the sub. That's not bad, dude.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. To me, that's damn. We'll go jump on that.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Timmy Elliott versus Victor Altamirano. So this is an interesting one, dude. Big step up for Mr. Altamirano in competition in regards to like experience of who's he's fighting, somebody with a lot of experience. But man, I think it should be a good fight.
Yeah. You know, Tim Elliott's no punk, dude. He's been doing it for a long time. I think that when you get these old fighters, you know, anytime somebody's getting close to my age and they're still trying to knock people's heads off and not get concussed, I start worrying about them, you know, lasting through a firestorm. And I think Altamirano he brings it pretty fast and heavy early. And I think
a lot more volume too.
A lot of volume. If Elliott can weather that storm, and he's a veteran, that's the nervousness that I have about betting Altamirano, but Altamirano is going to be the one that's on my card.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning that way too.
Dang, dude, we're lockstep so far.
How about it?
It's crazy.
6-3. Yeah, I like Mr. Altamirano, and then here I got to go with Jim Miller just because, you know, he's the man, bro. He's the man. UFC 300. This guy's gonna headline, bro.
I thought he was gonna lose. I thought he was gonna lose the fight that he had booked, but you know, I don't think, you know, who knows? Somebody could come in.
I mean, people that come off like, you know, dude literally took this fight yesterday, bro.
He looks mean, you know. He looks mean, and he's got 9 finishes in his 12 wins. So I mean, like, that's scary, but you know, Jim Miller's seen a lot, and that dude looks like you could hit him with a sledgehammer in the forehead and just be like, all right, I'm good. His head is built for MMA. And
he still cracks so hard, bro. Yeah, he'll still pull. If he lands one, dude, you're going to sleep. I have a feeling.
Here's my call. I have a feeling that Jim Miller's going to crack him, and he's going to get on his neck. He's going to
choke him out.
He's going to get under that. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get him in that front.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's signature Jim, man.
Yep.
I'm rolling with Jim.
Same.
All righty. You got Pineda here?
Man, I'm on Alex Caceres, to be honest with you. I think I used to just think he was kind of like a tall, skinny bum. And the last few times out, he's kind of impressed me. And I think he's, you know, he seems confident in the interviews and some of the stuff I've seen. It feels like he's coming into his own. And he's got some tough, man. He's got an interesting style, and I think he's hard to deal with. So I think I'm gonna lean Caceres.
Yeah. The cool thing about this fight is they both are coming off some good performances, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, they both had really good last fights. So it's like, man, it's a good matchup for the UFC to put them up against each other. But to try and pick one for me is a little tough.
I just don't know.
I think Pineda just has a little bit more power.
Yeah.
And if he lands something clean early, so if Pineda's way of victory here is a finish early. If he doesn't get it stopped in like the first round and a half, I think Caceres is going to take it.
If he doesn't finish it early, he clearly is the worst fighter in the UFC because he only has finishes. Pineda's never won a professional decision fighting, and he's fought 42 times. He's never won a decision.
Dude's insane, bro.
That's insane to me. So
it's absolutely insane.
That's telling to me. That tells me that maybe the bet's, you know, under 1.5 or something like that. But Caceres could just, quite frankly, just steal the money out of your pocket by grinding it and making it ugly and boring in a 29-28.
Yep.
So,
Bruce
you know,
Leroy
I think
for the
Pineda
win.
early or Caceres decision or a sub maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy. They both have a shitload of fights. Real, just
dude. That. That's amazing to me.
It's nuts.
That's a lot of cage time. That's a lot of fighting people.
Yes, sir. And our main event.
I feel like people are sleeping on my boy Kai Kara France. I see a lot of people on Albazi, and I get it, dude. He's a beast. I understand, but I think the recency bias of watching Kai land on the ground with his liver in his hands is not the. But he was hot coming into that Moreno fight, brother.
He was. He just came off that knockout. He
beat Askarov, and that's dude.
Askarov
threw him out of the UFC, and then he beat. I mean, he beat the pants off of freaking Garbrandt. And, Bonner. But I mean, I just think he's got some power that's unique for this weight class, and I'm looking forward to see some little teeny fellows go just throw bombs. That's what these dudes do best. That's 100%. Why they're main event.
Yeah, dude. Albazi got one loss. I'm rolling Albazi on this one.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would be.
I just think he's a little in the grappling department, the clinch department. I think he's just a little bit better.
There's no doubt. I mean, I just. That team
I like them both, man. It's tough.
I know.
It's tough to pick one.
I know. I hate it when fighters that I like go against each other. I like it when it's a lot easier when you hate somebody,
Yeah, 100%.
Or when you have a clear read on stylistically, how somebody's
100%.
Yeah, I think Kai Kara-France could knock him out, or Amir could just rub him into the canvas for 5 rounds.
Ragdoll him. Yeah. Well, all fights start on the feet, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited, man. We haven't had a fight in a while. So
anybody in the chat? Anybody got an underdog? Who favorite underdog bet from the undercard? That I'd love to see that.
KKF, but then I would have the Karul Curse.
Okay, yeah,
Albazi gang. Kai's gonna make Albazi's ears that little more weird looking.
You think he's going to rub him around? I don't know. I think if the ears are getting rubbed up, I think it might be KKF's. But
here's a question:
why is 44-year-old legend Andre Arlovski on the undercard in the prelims of a freaking fight night card that's at the Apex? What did he do wrong? Does he have pictures of Dana?
I don't know, but he even bought Dana a gun this week. He gave him a nice, sick-ass gun, too. It was on Dana posted it on his Instagram.
So do you think that he literally has like anxiety and doesn't want to be on the main card? Like how is this guy? He's a legend.
I don't know. I don't know why he's not on the main card, bro.
I think he's been fighting.
You could probably switch this out for something. Any one of these fights can get switched out for.
Yeah.
Arlovski's a bigger name than like half the people up here.
Yeah, I think that Nurmagomedov, you could put Nurmagomedov as the feature prelim instead, and I'd put Arlovski up there. But it's probably because it's going to be a boring fight.
Yeah, could be.
What else you got? You got this. You think this late replacement that Malarkey's got has a chance? He's one of the biggest dogs on the card at plus 350.
Oh yeah, this Naimov guy.
Yeah.
Shit, this guy got no stats on him. Shit. Let's see.
No, and you start looking at the opponents are not strong. I mean, the guy he beat last that he KO'd, his last win before getting into the UFC, he beat the guy, and now the guy's 0-2.
Yeah, I think Jamie's gonna make light work of this one. He's got like 3 inches on him too, 4 inches on reach.
I think this could be an early one. This could be early because the last 2 or 3 fights that this guy's had against people that are 0-1 or 0-2. Going against, all of a sudden you go into face Jamie Malarkey, it's a little different story. Not that he's the most 100%. Talented dude. I actually had the other guy. The original fight, I thought I was going to pick the other. I forgot who it was, but I was going to pick Malarkey to get upset. But I think he's going to smeesh.
Yeah, I think so too.
It
should be a good card.
You can't steal all the pick'ems. Just because I do well in Loma all the time doesn't mean my pick. Hey, listen, send food, send PayPal, whatever. I'll sell my picks. They're not that great.
Hey, there's pack info out on Twitter if you guys want to talk about that for a bit.
What's that?
We got pack info on Twitter, guys.
Oh, let's get that.
Let me pull it up. Where's the pack info? Who released it? Leave me alone. Ah, mother lovers. Where is it?
Ooh.
Where is it at? Show me. Where's the money? Show me the money.
I would do my show me the money, but this is going to live forever in the interwebs, so you can't do anything that's too stupid, you know? My first ever
Here, let's see.
podcast.
Maybe it's just this video.
It can't be banned from the internet.
Well, there's that Challenger Whitaker.
There you go.
Base, Elite, June 8th. $15 for the base pack, $45 for the Elite pack. How about that, boys?
Damn.
How about that?
170
boys?
packs at $45. I think. What you want me to? You mind if I say something real quick in reaction?
Go for it.
I think this is a big move by Strike to say that they understand some of the quantity issues in the packs and the pricing issues in the packs. And I know what we need to understand is that from a user standpoint is that they make a lot of their revenue comes from the packs. I know they get little pennies on the sales and on the transactional stuff in the marketplace, but where the real revenue to run the organization comes is from pack drops. And to see them have to lower the pack prices and numbers means that they had to really look at it hard. You know what I mean? I think they had to really take a deep look at it and be like, hey, we want to sell 2,000 packs, but if we can't, let's do them right, and then let's grow the user base. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Hopefully we can get that going, and we can get some marketing out. We can double or triple the active users.
Only 170 Elite packs, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And at $45, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's got to be gated though. It had 170.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be super gated.
I think it's going to be multiple champs or something, if I had to guess. So
Khabib champ only.
Yeah, I'm saying it could be multiple. I mean,
must have 2, must have 3, something like that.
Yeah, I would think it's probably going to be
some more champ utility, but those are some good price points.
No doubt.
It's dropping on June 8th. This is supposed to be June 8th. The pack drop 9:30 is probably the base. And 11 Pacific is probably the Elite.
I wonder if they do it.
That's
flip it
coming
the other way
next
around.
Thursday. Next Thursday.
Do you think they might flip it around and do Elite first because it's a smaller target audience? I think they want people to wake up. I would hopefully, and who knows, Alex, maybe they don't care, but I think you want the most people, available for the drop at the time. That's hard to coordinate with all the international users, I know.
2 backdrops. Here we go. Elite, 11 a.m., $15 in each. No time on the Elites. It just says 11 a.m.
That's good. I think it's gonna be good.
Oh, yeah. I love the price points, dude. That's huge, man. Huge. Those things are gonna sell out, bro. $10.
We need some good momentum. We need some momentum.
That's how
I think
you
we got good stuff going on.
That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to.
We're burning a ton of contenders, and people are getting excited. I think this is a good time right now. I think it's time. I think it's a good time for Strike.
Sure.
I appreciate you having me on, brother. This has been a blast. I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you too for hanging out. I am going to run this last giveaway here.
Yeah, I want to see who does
This is for the 5 contenders. Vegas 74 in the chat. Winner is going to get these 5 contenders from your boy here. Good luck, everybody, and we are going to roll it. Who's it going to be?
Oh, that was my homie.
Jesse the Burn Man. Yes, sir.
What does Jesse need with another freaking million contenders?
Jesse got 5. Jesse got another pack coming, baby. Oh, man. That's great. That's hilarious, actually. Jesse, hit me up on Discord, brother.
Hey, if you want to run it again for everybody that's sticking around, I'll throw a Yanez. I'll throw a Yanez.
All right, let me I'm gonna do another one here. Give me 1 second. We got another giveaway coming in here, ladies and gentlemen. Low key.
Run it back.
Low key is running it back. And go ahead and type Yanez in the chat for an Adrian. Yanez.
Ooh, there we go. We got to be present at the end to win. You had to stick through the freaking pick'ems and all the tough chat. You gotta stick around. No problem, Mindy. You're the man.
Bam. Yanez for an Adrian Yanez fandom moment.
Okay, I'm glad Trey fixed his autocorrect.
Yanez.
Not going to do much.
And that's going to come from Low Key. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for doing that. Big shout out to that. I will have a big show. We'll have a big show next week. And next week, we do have a pay-per-view. And because we have a pay-per-view, Rob was kind enough to give me a pack to give away on the show next week. Standouts pack, baby. Nice. So make sure you tune in next week. You might win a Conor McGregor out of that pack. Who knows, right? Got 20 people in here. I'm going to let it run for a couple more seconds before we draw this Yanez. Last but certainly not least. And then we will call it a show today. Poker's coming up in a little bit if anybody's going to play Strike Poker. We got Pick'ems live in my Discord, Pick'ems live in the Strike Discord. So make sure you go check those out for some chances to win. And we're going to go ahead and draw this bad boy right now. And the winner will be getting the Adrian Yanez from Low Key. Just hit him up and he will get it to you. Big Whale, 82. Nice job, brother. Big Whale won the he's a new collector too, so he'll appreciate it.
Oh, that's perfect, man. That's great.
Get that a lot.
So there you go. Mindy says it's 3-champ gate for the elite. That's great.
3-champ is the gate for elite packs.
Nice.
Sounds like your boy needs another one. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, you got two?
I got I consolidated a few to Khabib because it was.
That's right. I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So
yeah, if you're gonna own one,
I just need to grab another one, but I'm sure I could get one somewhere trading or doing something. I'll get one for sure. Borrow one, rent one. We'll figure something out.
I gotta dupe Robbie Whitaker.
Hey, my man.
I'll let you borrow it for having me on the pod, man.
Hey, that's my guy. That's my guy.
I don't know how to borrow.
Hopefully, I even get a pack, bro. 170 is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough in there.
No doubt. But you can borrow it, and then because it's in the interwebs now, everybody can know that you got to have me back on the pod again.
For sure, man. I can have you on whenever you want. You just let me know, brother.
All right, man. I had a blast, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I really did have a good time. I'm looking forward to the fights, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thanks too, man. We're gonna head out and sign out here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we are out of here.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah.